It's time for CIBL Biz Tips, bringing you actionable strategies to grow and improve your business. Prepare to become civilized.
What's up, Central Illinois? It's Derek Hayden here with Garrett Ulmer. We are your hosts for the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. This is episode number 4 of Biz Tips. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about purple cow experiences. So we talked last time, I think was last time we talked about books, and the purple cow was one of the ones we talked about.
Yes. So Derek, I guess the question is, if you, in case you're a new listener or don't understand what we mean by a purple cow, Derek, what would your definition of a purple cow as a business owner be?
Well, we all, or at least most of us listening to this podcast, are from Central Illinois. And how often do we drive by a field of cows?
Every day, every second.
Exactly. And we probably don't even pay attention to them anymore. But if there was a purple cow out there with all the other brown cows, which one would you pay attention to? You'd probably double take at the purple cow, the one that catches your attention. So in business, how do you create your purple cow experience? What is your purple cow within your business?
Yep.
Garrett, I'll let you take it first.
Sure. So first off, Derek and I both wrote down when we were talking about doing this episode, a couple large businesses. And then we also just spoke about maybe a small local business that has stuck out to you recently for, a purple cow experience. And number one, just for my large business, I don't think this will come to a surprise to most, is Amazon. Man, they just stick out and make it so easy to do business with them. And I know here in Central Illinois, it's not necessarily what every, small business wants to hear, but, I would say as a business owner, you could take a lot of tips from what Amazon does to get in front of their client. And I've, talked to a lot of people, and sometimes it seems like you're thinking about something you want to buy, and what shows up? An Amazon ad for it. Maybe it was something you just typed into Google a little while ago, but Amazon does an extremely good job of being able to find out and put a product in front of you that you were looking for. And if that's not the one that you first searched, we'll never, Amazon shows 4 others below that they've bought something similar. So Amazon sticks out to, I think, most of us for definitely a purple cow experience.
One that sticks out to me that cornered the marketplace is Uber or other ride sharing apps. So compare Uber to a regular, if you're 30 years old or older, you've been in a cab. Maybe even if you're younger, you've been in a yellow cab. And remember your experience with a yellow cab. You've got to sit on the, curb, try to wave one down. You're probably in Chicago or at an airport or somewhere in a big city. You're trying to get attention of the cab driver. They pull over, you hop in the back of a smelly car with probably someone that doesn't speak the same language as you. And you just sit there and watch the dollar signs keep ticking. It's going to cost me $50 to go 3 blocks. When you get out, or you pay your money, get out and go on with your life. Well, Uber, everybody knows if you've used Uber, it's an app. You literally, if you need a ride, you click a button. They show you the name, the rating, how far away the driver is, what kind of car they're driving, when to expect them to show up. You put your address into where you want to go. It shows the expected travel time. You get into typically a pretty nice car, at least a decent car that, the Uber driver has. They take you to where you're going. You don't have to pay. It's automatically, your card is synced to the app. So it just charges your card and you move on. It's the experience, the customer experience of an Uber versus yellow cab is just, there's no comparison. So that is a purple cow for sure.
Yeah. For me, the next one I was going to talk about, and I was recently on vacation, and here in Central Illinois, Chick-fil-A is not necessarily the closest fast food restaurant around, but where we were at, it was later, and I didn't want to go to the normal fast food chains around. And one of the reasons I chose Chick-fil-A is the experience that you get when you're at Chick-fil-A. And I think that part of the reason they are so good is their training programs, from what I have, researched on them before, is very strenuous on how they, shouldn't say strenuous, but how they want their employees to treat customers. And one of the things that just stuck out to me, so not only is the food good, but they treat you amazing. I would go up to the counter and get a refill or need something because when the kids spilled something, and I would say thank you. Every employee that I spoke to said, after I'd say thank you, it was my pleasure. It was our pleasure. And man, that goes a long way today when, a lot of businesses are understaffed, especially in the food service industry. But to think of how to get your employees to interact with clients and get them to come back, they just go above and beyond. If it's busy, if you're ever near Chick-fil-A, they've normally got individuals outside waiting on you to take your order. And it may look like it's going to take a long time. Typically 5 to 10 minutes, you're out of there. Just great customer service above and beyond. And they got it going on, in my opinion.
Yep, absolutely. I wish we had one closer.
Me too.
Ballin.
The way I eat, absolutely.
Yeah, I need a Weight Watchers place nearby too, because there'd be trouble on the old waistline. The next one I've got is Starbucks, and I don't know how they do it, and I don't know why people love it so much. I go to Starbucks with my wife every now and then, and I have trouble ordering the drinks, to be honest with you. Mocha latte, junior iced frappe. I don't know. They taste good though.
Yeah, I just normally want a coffee. I don't know how to say it.
And those cake pops are pretty darn good too.
Absolutely.
But the whole thing is a purple. They've created such brand awareness or brand loyalty.
Yeah.
That people are willing to go spend $9 on a cup of coffee at Starbucks versus making one for 25 cents from Folgers in their kitchen.
Yep.
And my wife loves it. I enjoy it every now and then. I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you what the Purple Cow is from Starbucks. They have just created such a brand that.
Yeah. I think it's just the experience. Sometimes I think it makes you feel good as an individual because Starbucks sounds, at this point, they've done so good. They make themselves sound high end, which they charge high end, in my opinion. But
Escalade coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. So they've done a very good job of making themselves stick out in the marketplace.
Maybe it's the barista. Sure. The barista. If you get your drink from that whole nostalgia behind barista wearing the apron and being pretty hip.
I'm right there with you. When I go in, I always feel like I'm not educated because I'm like, can I just get a coffee? What do I say? How do I say?
Yep. But Purple Cow for sure.
Absolutely. So last one is I've got someone here local that I wanted to kind of go over for me. Now, if you are watching this, you're on video. I don't need a haircut very often because I take care of those on my own most of the time. But for my boys, we will go to Elan's Barbershop here in Shelbyville every so often. And the experience that you get when you walk in that place is by far above and beyond when it comes to a barbershop. And the music playing, the old school look, the feel of it, it makes you want to go back. It's just, they're busy all the time, which, to some may be a little frustrating, but they're busy because of the experience. And he's done an extremely good job for, creating something and going outside of the box. And I'm creating a good effect and a good feel and good vibes for customers to keep coming back.
Yep, for sure. I got two quick ones. One is Rural King for me over in Mattoon, or they're all over the place in Central Illinois. But for me, I'll take the time to drive to Mattoon to go eat a bag of popcorn and walk around and look at all the stuff that I don't need that I end up buying because I'm there. It's it's honestly, I don't know if it's just the popcorn, but by golly, if I get a chance to, I'm walking in, I'm getting some popcorn, I'm going to salt it up real good, and I'm going to end up leaving with a Mountain Dew or something like that,
Yeah.
Or, a pair of hunting boots that I don't need. So Rural King does it for me. And another experience I just had that I never thought I would do. I got a pair of pants custom tailored at Jack and Bill's in Mattoon. And I originally went there because I was in a wedding and the tux rental was through Jack and Bill's. And I was getting measured and we were just talking, and I mentioned I have trouble finding pants that fit my caboose. So, I've got I've got problems kind of like Beyonce does. So, so we were talking about it, and he brought out a pair of pants, and I tried them on, and they fit like a glove. I was like, I felt like $1 million. They tailored them, picked them up the next day. And I told my wife, I was like, I will probably never buy another pair of jeans or dress pants again at any other place than Jack and Bill's. They just the experience of having that customized, they were tailoring to me. It wasn't picking from a rack of 500 different types of jeans and, trying to find a size that fits and trying on 10 different pairs in the dressing room that don't end up fitting. It was, let's get you measured. Let's put you in a pair and let's make it fit for you. And it was perfect. So a good Purple Cow experience from Jack and Bill's over there.
Awesome.
Yep. That's it, guys. Let us know if you listen to this, what are some Purple Cow experiences that you've had recently? What are some businesses in Central Illinois that you want to give a shout out to? We'll mention them in our next Biz Tips and let them know that they're doing a great job. We may even call them to be a guest on the show. You never know.
Absolutely.
So we want to thank you guys all for listening. We are on our 4th Biz Tips, and we just recorded our 10th actual podcast. So can't believe it's actually gone this quick, but we want to thank you all for joining us and following along.
Yep, absolutely. If you are a listener and would like to be a guest on the show or know somebody that would like to be a guest on our show, give Derek or I a shout as well.
Yep. Until next time, you all have been civilized. Y'all take care.
Out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Central Illinois Business Leaders Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/CIBL podcast. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It's the civilized thing to do.